Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about a therapist who had a baby and then didn't know how to deal with her own issues of postpartum depression and anxiety. I will put a link to this article in the description for the video. When I had my first baby, this is by a clinician, Chrissy Lawler, amazing article, and thank you Miss Lawler for sharing your journey. When I had my first baby, I learned firsthand how sleep deprivation can impact a new mum's mental health. And I've done videos before about sleep deprivation. Sleep is so important, and I think we're discovering more and more about how important sleep is. When I had my first baby, I should have felt totally prepared. I had degrees in human development and marriage and family therapy, had studied attachment, taught parenting seminars, and spent months working in an orphanage in Romania. I had a supportive husband, loving parents, close friends, and a stable home. On paper, I had more resources than most new mums, yet I was completely and utterly terrified. I remember leaving the hospital like it was yesterday. I held my beautiful baby girl while a kind nurse finished her checkout. When she stepped away to get a wheelchair and my husband went to pull up the car, I was alone with the newborn for the first time. I started crying. She was so small and perfect and helpless. What have I messed up? Nothing I'd ever done felt this important. I suddenly felt like I had no idea what I was doing. What's hard to explain is that fear didn't feel fleeting. I felt like a shift, like my nervous system had been rewired overnight. I expected overwhelm. What I realized later is that the combination of feeling out of depth, immediate sleep deprivation, and massive hormonal shifts created the perfect conditions for postpartum depression and anxiety to quietly slip in and take over. Leaving the house felt overwhelming because I didn't know if my baby would be content or melt down in the middle of Target. Staying home felt safer, more controllable. I felt psychological panic when she woke up to eat at night. When she cried inconsolably, it felt like a siren blaring my failure. I didn't tell anyone. I worried it would sound insane, so I kept going in silence. Eventually, it dawned on me that I was probably experiencing postpartum depression and anxiety. Somehow that realization felt like a failure. I'm a therapist, I thought. I shouldn't get depressed. I have all the tools. The problem was simple. I knew how to sleep well. My baby didn't. Helping my baby sleep was far more complicated than I expected, made worse by the sheer volume of parenting experts loudly disagreeing about best practices. Eventually, I found a path to great sleep for my baby. I got my own sleep back, and I began to thrive as a mother. 13 years later, 4 children, and thousands of clients later, I've learned that better sleep isn't just a survival tool for getting through postpartum phase. It's a foundation that sets a family's trajectory for years to come. Okay, I'll let you read this article for yourself. The description will be in the video, the link to the article will be in the description for the video. But, I've talked about this before. Getting sleep is key and critical. I know, I'm 59, but when I was in college, I could live on 5 hours of sleep. Now, if I get less than 7, I'm a zombie for the whole day. I really try to focus on getting 8 hours of sleep. I just need more sleep. And I've noticed also that I don't get enough sleep when I go to the gym. I'm prone to getting injured. So sleep is key and critical. The reason I wanted to talk about this article is because I have represented, or my firm has represented, a number of women who actually either were in the hospital and had given birth. I think one was a natural childbirth, one was a C-section, and started to exhibit signs of postpartum depression and got Baker acted. Can you believe this? They actually got Baker acted despite no evidence that they were potentially going to self-harm. This really resonated with me. I also had, I think, a mum that had given birth, went home, and was starting to feel, some anxiety, and went back to the hospital just to talk to somebody, and they Baker acted her. So, I'm not suggesting you shouldn't go to the hospital. What I'm suggesting is that if you're starting to feel like you have issues, get help. right? Reach out to somebody that you can talk to, or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not a doctor or clinician, and maybe there's hormonal issues as this clinician talked about. Whatever it is, I think it's important to deal with it. So I appreciate you tuning in. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are. Perhaps you could share your own experiences of this. And if there's an issue going on in your family, let me know. I will make you a video. Because if it's affecting your family, it's probably affecting somebody else's. And I want you to get the information you need. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more of this content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.